Some governments have already accepted that the system won't hold. While the news talks about growth and recovery, these specific nations are quietly updating their architecture for a future where help never arrives. This isn't about fear, it's about patterns, and what they are building isn't meant for everyone. When governments expect stability, they invest in efficiency. They build malls, stadiums, and trade deals. But when they expect instability, the spending shifts. They invest in resilience. In the last decade, a quiet signal has appeared in national budgets across the globe, a massive pivot toward what policymakers call strategic autonomy. Food reserves are increasing, energy grids are being disconnected from neighbors, data centers are being moved into mountains. But why now? These aren't conspiracy theories found on the dark web. They're public line items in the defense budgets of the most stable nations on Earth. They see the writing on the wall. But the most interesting preparations aren't visible on the surface. So who is digging in? It's not random. It's a pattern of strategies. First, the strategy of mass preparedness. Sweden and Finland operate under a doctrine called total defense. They don't just have an army, they have a bunkered society where every citizen knows their role if imports stop. Second, the strategy of technological autonomy. Singapore has zero natural resources, so it set a goal to produce its own food, water, and energy using sealed, high-tech systems, decoupling survival from global supply chains. And these strategies repeat again and again across the same kinds of countries. Third, the strategy of isolation. New Zealand isn't just scenic, it's a geographic hedge. The government focuses on biosecurity because distance is its strongest defense. And finally, the strategy of denial. Switzerland. Its tunnels and bridges are engineered to collapse on command, sealing the country off instantly. Different strategies, same assumption. None of these countries use the word collapse. They use the word continuity. But the real question isn't who is preparing, it's what they see coming that most people don't. Why the sudden rush? Because the modern world is fragile. We built a global economy based on just-in-time efficiency. No warehouses, no buffers, just constant motion. It works until a ship gets stuck in the Suez Canal or a virus shuts down a port in China. What happens when the supply chain simply stops? Add cyber warfare. Physical war destroys buildings. Cyber war turns off the lights, the water, and the banks. The modern world won't collapse all at once like in the movies. It will fragment. Trade breaks into regional blocks. Trust erodes. And when the world fragments, one thing loses value faster than anything else: trust. And when you can't trust the global market, you can't trust the paper money in your pocket. Which is why some governments are quietly moving away from cash, not because it failed, but because it works too independently when systems lose control.